I remember the first time that I met Lorraine. It's interesting too because it's all about the problem is this. A lot of people have an issue of what's called being a solo entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur, right? But it's just you, okay? And the problem is that most people never scale because they say, when you have money, then I'll scale, right? Like once I have the money, then I'll hire the people, and they get stuck in a small job and stuff like that. So Lorraine has kind of mastered in a systemized way, how do I go from being a solopreneur to an entrepreneur? And I had time to spend time with her. The only one where we took a walk near the pool when we were in Australia is we were so busy. So I'll never forget that talk because she has a really good understanding. And a lot of it, the barrier that holds you back is fear. So I asked her to come to help us out to really show what's the difference between a solopreneur and an entrepreneur. So welcome, Lorraine. It's good to see you. So,
before we start, can I just say this is one good-looking crowd?
well, thank you for me.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, it is. It's a great crowd, especially with people all over the world, a lot of A players. And, but if you could solve that problem, I think there'd probably be a lot of wealth. So the definition of solopreneur is I work by myself. When I have money, I'm going to hire someone. But to then, even if they hire someone, say $75,000, you're making $150,000, the mindset is, well, I'm now going to make half the money, not thinking that, what am I going to do with that extra time to make more money, right? And so explain to us the mindset of what's the switch between the solopreneur and the entrepreneur.
Now, when I grew up where my parents said, if you can do it, you save money. So, being a solopreneur, if you can do it on your own, you save money. But little did I know that if you actually leverage out and get people to help you, it gives you more time to work on the business instead of in the business. So the way that I started my business is I started by learning. I observe different companies. I see what the best way to do things. And I thought, okay, maybe if I try just getting someone to help me, starting from that one person, then let's see how it works. And then it just changed my life completely.
So it's one thing to do it on yourself, and now you are very successful, but how do you get others? Because it's fear, right? So it's fear, and it's the fear of the unknown. And I think more people are afraid of not how much it costs, but how much am I going to lose by not doing this? So what's the shift to because most people are solopreneurs. They think they're entrepreneurs, but if they stop working, they stop earning.
Yeah, so I started with hiring an assistant. And the thing was, the first assistant was terrible. She actually made me do more work than I should. And I thought, there's going to be someone good out there. You just got to give them a chance.
Which, let me stop you. Most people will try it once and then say it doesn't work and never do it again. And that happens with everything. And then say, okay, well, maybe we should try again.
Absolutely. So, it started with that. And same thing with marketing. You try one marketing agency and it screws you up badly. But then, do you just stop there, or do you take the chance on somebody else to hopefully, and you never know, you might meet somebody or a company that will be able to help you grow further. So that was how I started, just trial and error, really.
So when you coach people to move from that mindset, tell me through your process, because you're dealing with people that they're just, in a way, that's what they know. They want more, but are they willing to move? And how do we move them from one mindset to another mindset?
It's all about fear. We know it's all about fear. We know it's all about doubt. But the thing is, it's more of overcoming that. And the thing is, with coaching, you get someone who is experienced in the industry. So at least you can fast track that process of growth where you don't have to make all the wrong decisions to finally make that right decision.
So what has been your greatest success story that you've been able to help someone with, or the way they think to move from person? I know you've worked with a lot of people as well. And it's hard because it takes patience and we can use all the buzzwords, start working, in your business, work on your business, you need marketing. But most people, I think part of the problem is that they're just based on referrals, right? And referrals means you're good, but you can't scale referrals. So what's that scaling thing? What are like the 2 or 3 strategies, that will make the business take off once and for all, that first push?
The first push, what I always tell my clients is you have to understand and you have to be open with your surroundings. So I am originally an absolute introvert. And with me speaking on stage back in the day, I wouldn't say a word. So it's more of putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation where you learn about other people's businesses, you learn what ticks for another business compared to yourself, and see if that may work for them. So it's putting yourself out there, understanding your market, and being in an uncomfortable situation where you just grow and you just continue learning, really.
What about the part is that maybe people are solopreneur because deep down they don't really have a business. They may have created themselves their own job, right? But they love, I want to do this because I love it. But it's not scalable as a business. So no matter what you do, you're always going to be more or less a solopreneur, maybe with an assistant, but it's not really a scalable business. Is it just better to just keep with that, or just have them make the decision if you want to truly be an entrepreneur, this is not going to be the vehicle? And how hard is that to help people move that? Because most people are in love with their idea.
So a lot of people tend to look at the situation where they are, their current situation. What I advise my clients is to look on the long run. So see the bigger picture, where you want your business to be, how you want your business to be. But the thing is not just seeing it, it's knowing it in detail, and then work towards it from there, backwards.
Is there a difference between a woman solopreneur and a man solopreneur in terms of the process it takes to become that entrepreneur where you have a sustainable business? Or it's the exact same problems, people just put labels on things?
People just put labels on that. Yeah, I mean, I see everyone the same way. So I don't see, the difference between culture or sex or age. If you want to do a business, you can do a business.
But is there another factor, like women who have children, right? The man will say, well, my wife will take care of it or stuff like that. Is there a different way, or it's still the same way? It's just another obstacle they have to deal with.
All right, so if you want to know the difference, the way I see it is there's always an excuse. I think there's more excuse for men. Sorry, men. There's more excuse for men, but like for women, you've got women that have kids, they have women that sacrifice their initial jobs just to be a...
And they have to take care of the husband, too.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, the way that I see my clients especially with the women, is we don't complain. We just do it. So if we've got a bad day, it's like, okay, we've got kids at home, we've got to come home, we've got to get our kids, get them ready for school. We got to come back home and get the meals ready for
That's a very good
family.
point, right? Do you ever see when a man's sick, we'll don't
Absolutely,
talk,
there you go.
don't talk to me, I'm dying, I need to take care of it. And a woman's sick, there's an expectation you have to be sick and still take care of everything. That's why I always say women are by far the strongest people, because they're just, you can't just I'm sick, you go take care of the kids. It doesn't work like that, because that would probably be worse off for the kids. But a woman that's sick is 1,000 times better than a healthy man, because we just don't know what to do. It's a patience. And I think if there's just that extra, we can, remove the solopreneur and turn it into an entrepreneur. It makes a very big difference as well. I think what you solve is the difference between success, but most people, they just, when I'm ready, when I make this, and at some point, you have to take 1 or 2 steps behind to take 3 steps forward. So I'm going to give you a last word for all the people from all over the world, because this is a very important conversation. And unfortunately, most people get stuck in the solopreneur for the rest of their life, and they could have been that entrepreneur, and they may call themselves an entrepreneur, but they're what we call the one-man woman show. Final words for anybody here to get out of what they're getting.
So give it a shot. Try it out, expand it. The thing is, if you feel stuck, you need to change something. That means something is not working. So, yeah. And the thing is, I don't just, if you want me to help you, I don't just coach, I do it with you.
Well, that's the difference, right? Sometimes it takes someone to hold your hand, or a push. It's almost like driving a car with someone next to you, not just, okay, you go drive, do this. And sometimes you need that. And here's the thing, too. If you increase your confidence, you will increase your net worth. So.
And the thing, the last one, the thing is when, you go to school, and you've got a teacher that teaches you all this information. Now, what are you going to do with the information? It's up to you. But if you have a proper teacher that guides you through that, then of course you're going to reach your success even further and even faster.
I will tell you this. It is easier to become a solopreneur than it is to go from a solopreneur to an entrepreneur. Anyone can get into a business. Not everyone will take that switch because of their choices. So you've done a phenomenal job, and it's such an important niche, and I'm happy that you came here to explain how this. Good job.
Thank you.
On a side note, before I go in, there's a lot of coaches out there, right? And her niche of like isolating that like entrepreneur for solopreneur, right? That's how you carve your niche within your business. Oh, and who's responsible for coming up with that? Oh, that would be me, right? Because it's what I kept hearing all the time. And so sometimes whatever business you're in, take that niche, right? Take that niche, like, and within the niche, create the niche, and then just pinpoint the problem, right? Everyone's like, how do I scale my business? No, how to go from solopreneur, entrepreneur. And so what you do is you take your messaging and you build a brand around solving that one problem that ultimately solves other problems.